Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Hunter Rizano, and this is episode 357. That's 350 for those that don't know what 57 means. Of the world famous, the University Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we just call this Hall of Fame show online marketing moves. We are coming to you live today. Today is August the 7th, 2021. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, children of all ages. Today we are going to have a heck of a show for you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Okay? Now, whenever you subscribe to something, whether it be, I'll use this as an example. I have Get Response. Get Response, they charge me every month. Every month, the money comes out. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are one of these people that do monthly charges or get yearly charges to different things, instead of using the bank that you use for your personal business, you should get like a Cash App, maybe a VMO. I know Cash App, you can get like a little debit card for Cash App. You should do that. So that way, you have the money in there. Or if you don't have the money in there, and the place, like, let's say, give you an example. Medium, every year they charge me $50. $50 in August comes, and they charge me $50. They take it off my card, Now, let's say I was in a financial bind or something one year, and you really wasn't paying attention, and you sort of need those $50, or not even if you're not in a financial bind. Let's just say you have two bank accounts, or two or three bank accounts, and you sort of switch off using one as the primary bank. You're like, okay, I'm gonna use this one as my primary. I'm gonna put most of my money, and then all of a sudden one day, Medium, you still have the old account for the Medium, and you got maybe $12 in there, $13, and Medium charges you $50 for that from that account. Now you're negative. Now you have to deal with late fees, blah 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 blah, all this jazz, And so the reason why I say, if you have, because I have a membership to Grammarly, I have a membership to like Medium, a couple things like that, and they're yearly subscriptions. And myself, I said nope, because they will charge you. They won't. They might send you an email, but sometimes you blaze through those emails, and before you know it, you got the money, but you might have a new bank or whatever. It doesn't matter, but they just charge you, and you're like, I wasn't expecting that. What happened? And you don't want to pay these, because these banks are getting ridiculous when it comes to late fees and all that kind of stuff, and you really don't want to be paying. You really don't want to pay $50. Then you go negative 37, then you get charged 35. Now you're negative 72. Now you got to put $72 back, because now you like paying. You just pay like $100 for the subscription. You know what I mean? And so you want to avoid that kind of stuff. So I don't know, whatever you got, whatever PayPal, Cash App, VMO, whatever you got, get it set up to where, make sure that they don't deduct the money straight from your card either, like, I think PayPal might do that, but I would I would try to find one that they can't just automatically go straight to your bank if you don't have any funds. They will send you a message saying, hey, we need funds for this. Your card got declined for this, and then that way you can deal with it. You can just send the money, and boom, they can take the money off, and boom, 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 because as you well know, you don't want to get caught up in paying extra money, extra fees, especially with something that you haven't used a lot of, and you might want to just cancel it, but you forgot to cancel, which you should always do. That's why I don't like doing those 2-week trials. Like if you ever going to do a 2-week trial, cancel it after the first week, okay? Don't wait until the second week because you'll forget, and then they'll try to charge you like $199, something like that. I made that mistake once, and I called the same day. I was able to get my money back, but I don't like dealing with that kind of stuff. So I always can't. Now if they try to give me a free trial, I might take the free trial, or a lot of times now I just say nah, that's okay, and go on about my business. But before I would try it and wait for the second week. Now if it's a week, boom, week. If it's 2-week trial, first week, boom, done with it. The 7-day trial, try it the first time while I'm doing it, and then cancel right then and there. I did that with some kind of credit monitoring service. They had some kind of credit monitoring service. Okay, let me see what this is about. I tinkered around with it for a couple of hours, and I said, I called them up and canceled. They said, you just got the trial today. I said, no, I want to cancel it right now. They canceled it, and that was it. You know what I mean? So you have to be wary of that. Now, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to something more important. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about the word free and why you should not do everything for free. You should do very little for free, except for volunteering at your church or volunteering, things of that nature. That's always good. But, ladies and gentlemen, I was watching a movie. I was watching a movie today, and the Joker said, "Oh yeah, I was watching The Dark Knight." There you go. I was watching The Dark Knight because my friend thinks it's one of the best. My friend believes it's the best superhero movie ever. So I said, let me go back and watch it again and let me think about it. To me, it's okay. It's a good movie, not a great movie. To me, the best movie, the best superhero movie that I've seen on screen, besides the first Avenger movie, will always be Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2, they had action, suspense, it had everything you want. I thought Spider-Man 2 should have got nominated for an Oscar in 2004 or 2005, whatever it was. It was a masterpiece. I think it was better than The Dark Knight, I believe. Unfortunately, The Dark Knight gets a lot more hype because Heath Ledger, unfortunately, God rest the dead, but he died. And then, after that, it was like, he did a good job. He was phenomenal in the movie, but the Dark Knight is good. It's not great. Okay. Boom. That's my opinion. I'm sticking with it. But anyway, Spider-Man 2 is the best. But anyway, the Joker, he was talking to Harvey Dent. And Harvey Dent said something. And he said, if you're good at something, never do it for free. He's talking about doing crimes, doing crimes for mob bosses. He told him, he said, if you're good at something, never do it for free. And ladies and gentlemen, I say this to you. People will, and trust me, I almost drank the Kool-Aid myself, in the beginning about internet marketing, the beginning of online marketing, in the beginning of me trying to find my way online to make money, to create a business for myself. A lot of people said, if you want to get customers, if you want to get people on the email, give them value. Give them so much value that they have to give you your email address, blah, 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 blah. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why you do not want to give, and this is very true. This is very true. And the reason why you do not want to give people so much value, and the reason why you do not want to give away for stuff for free. Ladies and gentlemen, we all have a friend who's a mooch. You have a friend that's a mooch. I used to have a friend that was a mooch. Mooching people, I don't care if you let them drive your Cadillac, if you let them drive your Lamborghini, if you let them fly your private jet, if you give them the shirt off your back, if you give them $10,000, it doesn't matter. A mooch is a mooch, and a mooch will be a mooch, and a mooch will mooch off you until you dry it out, until you can't give anymore, and then they will go leech off somebody else. Okay, so never give all your good stuff away for free. Never think, I got to give all this value for free, and then somebody might be no. No, 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 no. The goal in all this is, at the end of the day, I don't care what nobody else tells you. I don't care what they say. The goal is to make money. You know what I mean? Like, you want to help people. And by helping people, you don't have to give everything away for free. If somebody wants to learn from you, if you have achieved something, like let's say you get good at, let's say you get great at email marketing, you get great at copywriting, you get great at, doing headlines, you get great at whatever you get great at. You're great at blogging, you're great at whatever. Why should you give all your tips and secrets away for free? When you can help somebody out, you can charge them. Now, once again, we're not talking price. That's up to you, and that's up to whatever you think. Whatever level you might be on. There's different tiers. You can't start off charging people $20,000. Maybe not. You might not. Who knows? But if you have something, if you've gotten great at something, do not give it away for free. Charge them. Make some money. The goal in all this is to make recurring money. We talked about this before, but there are so many people online. There are so many people on the internet, and I don't understand this. They always want you to give stuff away for free. Free is for suckers, And I'm not saying you have to charge them for every dime. This podcast is free. You have to just listen to an ad. This podcast is free. How, I would, if somebody said, hey, can you teach a class about podcasting? I would say, how much am I going to get paid? I'm not going to do it for free. This podcast is free. How I created this podcast and how we built it from ground zero with no fanfare, no anything is in my mind and in my notes. And I can give you the information, but I'm not going to give it away for free. I can help you out, but eventually, when somebody said, let's do a course. Hey, I got a daughter. She got to eat, pal. And I got to eat. Wife got to eat. Baby got to eat. We all got to eat. You know what I mean? Giving away stuff for free doesn't really help people. And if you give away stuff for free, a lot of times the people are not going to be receptive to the thing anyway. You know what I mean? Like, think about this. When you were, did you have to work for your first car, or did you buy? Did your parents give you your first car? Which one? And it doesn't matter. Let's say your parents gave you your first car. Okay, most of the time. Now, I'm not saying all of us, but a lot of us. It's not on purpose. It's not on purpose. You don't do these things on purpose. But a lot of times, we all know, if it's somebody else's stuff, you're a little more blasé with it, right? Of course you are. But if it's yours, you bought it through sweat, you bought it through hard work, you worked hard to get that car. What are you gonna do to that car? Baby that car. You're gonna take care of that car. You're gonna love that car. Listen to that car. Be sweet to that car. You're gonna do everything you can for that car. And it's the same thing. If somebody charges you, if you pay $500 for a course about anything, you are going to hunker down and you are going to do the course. You are going to study the course. You're going to go back to the course a few times, as many times as possible. You're going to go back and look at the course, study the course. You're going to be the course. You're going to feel it, But if somebody's just giving you stuff on the internet away for free, you're going to be like, that was good. What else you got? What else you got? What else you got? What else you got? And so if you're paying for something, you put more effort into it. That's a lot of times, unless you just got money to give away for free, or unless you get caught up in the shiny object syndrome, which you should definitely avoid. But you pay, if you pay $500, $1,000, $2,500, you will take it. You will take it seriously. You will figure things out. You will learn how to do it. You will work that system. You will make it work for yourself. But if somebody's just giving you the keys free, you're gonna be like, I can do it later. I'll figure it out. I'll do it later on. Later, Gator. You'll probably never figure it out because it was sort of given to you. But if you worked hard for it, you paid for it, you will definitely figure a way out. And it might not be today, and it might not be tomorrow, but you will start. You will learn from the program, and you will make some money from the program. I remember I had a cousin. He spent $2,000 buying stocks or whatever, or a class about the stock market, and he worked hard at it, and he was able to get his money, recoup his money back, and then he earned some extra money from that course. So things like that. He paid. He said, "Man, if I'm gonna pay $2,000 for something, I gotta be all in." And I said, "That's true. You do gotta be all in." So it worked for him. It should definitely work for you. So never be and we talked about this before, but I'll have to say this again, because a lot of times people are like, "Oh, they charging me." Never be ashamed of charging. Never be ashamed of being a salesman. It's all right. We are all salesmen, so it doesn't matter. Okay. And one last thing before we wrap this podcast up. I saw this guy. I saw this YouTube channel. And they're dedicated to busting people of calling people frauds and everything. And we talked about this yesterday. I talked about it yesterday about politicians being like pro wrestlers and everything, and people on social media. What the young lady that I see on Facebook, she's not like browbeating people about money, but there's a lot of people on Instagram. You have to watch. Instagram is the worst when it comes to people acting like, "Oh, I got these Lambos and these jets and these planes," and it's very stupid. It's very dumb. And most of these people are either frauds, or they're stealing money or something. A lot of times, because I mean, we both know this. Listen, you and I both know. If somebody came knocking on my door right now and they said, "Hey man, you got $250. Here you go. Here's your money." The last thing I'm gonna do, me, is start posting me buying, what's an expensive brand? Somebody help me out. Dolce and Gabbana, is that still good? What's another one? Gucci. Yeah, I'm not gonna be posting on social media that I bought a Gucci belt and all this kind of stuff. A lot of times these people, just like we talked about yesterday, these people craft an image, like sort of like a character, and it's like I told you yesterday. It's good that you be yourself, but of course, in a podcast interview, of course, when you're on doing videos and stuff like that, you are who you are. You ratchet up a little bit because it's the camera. You're not gonna be as chill and as laid back sometimes as you you know or when you're at home, or with you hanging out with your friend. I'm not saying you faking, but you are who you are. You just go up a couple of levels, But these people you see on Instagram, they posting these bags, they getting in these planes that never leave the ground, and it's quite disgusting. But you want to avoid trying to flaunt a lifestyle, because number one, don't be an idiot. Like the cops, the police, the police. My wife says, "Why do you say police?" I was like, "I don't know. That's a good question." But anyway, the police don't even have to get out and figure out crimes anymore, because people are just bringing it to them on social media. They're like, "Hey, here's my Burberry, here's my Burberry bag, here's this, here's that. Arrest me, officer," because the guy he was talking about, some guy named Hush Puppy. I never heard of Mr. Hush Puppy until like a month ago or a couple months ago, and I saw a video. I just kind of scrolling by, looking at my YouTube channel, whatever, fiddling around, and I saw something about scams, and I was like, "Oh, let me watch this video," And the video popped up, and I was like, "Who is Hush Puppy?" But apparently, Hush Puppy is some guy. He's been like stealing money from somebody, or figured out some way to steal money from people, but he acted like he was posing as sort of a real estate developer, and it's like, okay. But the funny part is the guy said he was a real estate developer, but you never seen him with any real estate. You only seen him walking around with bags, sitting in cars, and everything like that. And I'm here to tell you, there's a lot of coaches online. There's a lot of lifestyle coaches, relationship coaches, and there's nothing wrong. You can get a coach if you want. There's nothing wrong with that. But please, ladies and gentlemen, for the love of for the love of all, for your sake and mine, do your due diligence, do your homework when it comes to these people. If you're a coach, if you want a coach about internet marketing, if you want a coach about relationships, and let's just do internet marketing. Let's say you want to learn about internet marketing. You want the ins and outs. You want to become good. You want to make a healthy income from internet marketing. If your coach is always posting pictures about everything but internet marketing, go to find you another coach, okay? And that's with any of these people. Any of these people. Some of these people are just fraudulent. And so please, you know, avoid that at all costs. Okay. Avoid falling for the hey, this guy, he's rich, just because I remember my friend, he sent me a video and it was these women and they were in the they was at the airport and it was like 30 of them or whatever, and they all came back from the Dominican Republic, I believe, and they all had surgeries, and so they're gonna get healed up or whatever, and then they're gonna start posing in workout clothes, and they're gonna say, "Look at my body, I worked out," but in reality, they all just went down, got a couple snips of the scalpel, and now they have a body that they're gonna think that women want or men want, then they're gonna start a no disrespect, but they're gonna start a OnlyFans account and they're gonna start an Amazon wish list account, and they're gonna say they're entrepreneurs, and it's crazy, but I mean, it is what it is. But just be careful, and if that's the way you want to go, well, if that's the way you want to go, you're definitely not gonna listen to this show because you know this show is not glitz. This show is not glamour. We will never be glitz and glamour. We will never be like we are not we're never going to be, how do I put this, there's never going to be a million people orbiting the sun in this podcast. We're going to be solid. We're going to be, we're going to be great. We are the best. I can say that with not any hesitation. We are the best, but we're never going to have the fanfare. We're never going to, have the controversy. We're never going to have the big names, because who wants that? I don't want that. You don't want that. You listen to this show because this is a great show, and we talk about things that we can do to improve ourselves, improve our lives. That's what we're here for. We're not here for any BS. We're not here for any snake oil. We're not here for any shenanigans, any nonsense, any BS. You don't listen to this show for all that. You don't listen to this show to hear me say, I just got in a private jet, and all this jazz, You know what I mean? Like, nah, we're not here for that. And I don't want you to fall for that. And I want you to become that. It's easy to get envious. You see people and you're like, oh man, they make a lot of money. I see a guy I went to high school with. He's a fraud, I mean, no offense, but he it is what it is. He's fraudulent, he's every opportunity, I think he's like in the biz opportunity thing. Every biz op he does is like scammy. It's like pyramid scheming, you know what I mean? And he's like, he unfriended me a while ago because I guess he was like, you should get on board. And I'm like, nah, man, I can't just, I can't sell my soul to make a buck. It is what it is. But I'm like, I'm good with that. So, it is what it is. But we are the best. We're gonna be the best. You are the best. Just don't worry about, seeing people. Don't worry about getting, flustered or frustrated. If you see somebody, then like, oh, I'm making $10,000 a month. Your time is gonna come, and everything's gonna work out. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Just keep on trucking, as we like to say. All right. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is another episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until next time, until tomorrow, my name is Tony Rosano. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a fan. Thank you for following us. And if you have questions, send them in to Tony@onlinemarketingmoves.com. We will start our question of the day. Probably in September. My wife just came home from the hospital, so I have to take care of her. I'll be looking through the questions and we'll start setting it up. I said in a couple of weeks, but my wife, she had pneumonia. She had to go back to the hospital. It's a whole thing, But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back tomorrow with the all-new episode of Online Marketing Moves. If you have questions, email Tony@onlinemarketingmoves.com. Question of the day. We'll start that in September. And, listen and subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And as always, everybody, peace.